Hello and good morning. Today's class is going to be focused on the spine. It's a water themed class, and so we're going to be doing a lot of waves and ocean-like movement and breathing. And so with it being focused on the spine, this is going to really help you with mobility. The more that you do these postures and movements that we'll be doing, the more you can increase your mobility over time in your life. So it's going to be a really good class for overall movement and posture, and so I hope you enjoy it. And if you're ready, get on your mat and we'll get started. So we're going to start standing today. Standing at the top of your mat, feet about hip width apart. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Soften your gaze, close your eyes, and start to listen to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. You are here now, in this practice, in this present moment. So allow yourself to be fully immersed into your practice, starting with your breath. Notice the way it feels. And as you keep this breathing going, we're going to practice what's called Ujjayi breath, which is where you slightly constrict the airflow in your throat to make it sound more like ocean waves. So it should sound something like this. And as you keep that going, pay attention to that sound, how it sounds like the ocean, the ebb and flow of it, just like waves crashing. And see if you can keep this sound going throughout your whole practice today. Then when you're ready, release your hands at your sides. Open your eyes. Take a big inhale, bringing your hands up above you towards the sky. And exhale, take your hands down to your left side. Softly bend your knees. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, soften your arms down to your right side. And keep this going kind of like a soft, elegant wave. Exhaling at each side. Inhaling when you meet the center. Finding a soft twist in your core. Take it one more time to each side. And then meet me up in center. Interlace your fingers and bring your palms back behind your head. And from here, we're going to do some full body waves, drawing a line with our nose, going down and up. So from here, take a big inhale in through your nose, and exhale, curl everything under, starting with your head, tucking your chin into your chest, your elbows come forward, bending your knees, lowering all the way down, and then taking a big inhale as you flatten your back, opening up the arms and raising all the way back up. So let's do that 2 more times. Take a big inhale. Exhale, roll everything down 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale to flatten and raise back up. 1 more time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Swoop back up to standing. And then from here, we're gonna go the opposite direction. So what you'll do now is you'll take an inhale as you lower down with a flat back. And then exhale as you roll everything up. Your head being the last thing to straighten. Let's do that 2 more times. Big inhale, lowering all the way down, keeping length in the spine. And exhale, rolling back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, upwards. And then let's meet in a forward fold. Allow your upper half to rest heavy against your legs, and your legs are bent softly. Take a big inhale and exhale out the mouth. From here, plant your palms, step 1 foot back and then the other to find downward dog. You can pedal out your feet here, allowing your chest to open, your shoulders to press down and away from your ears, clawing through the fingertips, finding length in the spine. Take a big inhale in, and then as you exhale, see if you can shift forward to a high plank. And then inhale as you raise back up to downward dog. Exhale forward to high plank. And then this time, as you go back into downward dog, bend your knees and drop your belly as you lift your gaze, kind of like you're doing a cow, peeling your hips back up to downward dog. And then as you go into your high plank, see if you can roll forward, allowing your head to be the last to release. And do that a couple more times here. Inhaling as you find downward dog, exhaling into high plank. Keeping this wave going with the body, nice and slow. Working those muscles, getting the blood flowing in our bodies. So good for circulation. Engaging the thighs, the core, the arms. Do it 1 more time with me, and then meet me in high plank. And shift forward to lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes and bring your fingertips wider than your mat. We're going to find cobra from here. So gently press up away from the mat, taking your shoulders and chest off the ground. And then exhaling as you come back to meet your mat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, raise. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your palms back onto your mat. Tuck your toes back under and press up to downward dog once again. From here, we're going to do a little side stretch twist. So allow your right hand to press firmly into the ground as your left hand reaches back for anywhere on your right leg so that you can twist open to your right side. This can be your calf, your thigh, wherever you feel comfortable grabbing towards. Feeling this different current flowing through you, activating different parts of the body for full blood flow in the body. And then release back to downward dog and find the other side. So ground through your left hand and take your right hand to your left leg. Breathing into any spaces of tightness or discomfort. And then find your way back to downward dog. And from here, we're gonna do a few more waves. So take a big inhale and exhale as you roll forward into high plank. Inhale, press up to downward dog. Exhale, roll to high plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, high plank. One more time, bending everything up to downward dog and rolling to high plank and then lowering all the way down to the ground. From here, take your hands back out to that wide cobra. Inhale to raise. Exhale, release. Inhale, raise. Catching a wave here. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And then plant your hands back on your mat. Press up to a table position. Open your knees as wide as your mat. Send your hips back onto your heels and reach forward. Pouring your heart towards the earth, melting towards the ground. Keeping nice active arms. Taking a moment to listen to your Ujjayi breath, sounding like the ocean waves coming and going. Then when you're ready, gently walk your hands over to your left side, grounding through that right hip, stacking your right hand on top of your left, melting your heart towards the ground. Opening up the right side body. Continuing to breathe. And then gently walk the hands back to center. And then take your hands back to your right side this time, pressing into your left hip, stacking your left hand on top of your right, and melting your left shoulder to the ground. Continuing that ocean-like sound in your breath. And then gently walk your hands back to center. And then gently press back up to a table. Curl your toes back under and find your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. And exhale, rolling forward to high plank. Inhale, waving back up to downward dog. Exhale, roll. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, high plank. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. This time, bring your hands towards your ribs and see if you can press all the way up to an upward facing dog. Engaging your core, your glutes, your thighs, allowing your legs to even hover off the ground a little bit here, sending your gaze up towards the sky. And then gently release everything back down to the ground. Press up to a table and come to walk your hands back towards you to stand on your knees. Allow your knees to be about hip width apart here, your feet as well. We're going to take what's called a camel pose. So from here, tuck your toes under, take your hands to your lower back, and gently send your gaze up above you or behind you even, by pressing on your lower back, opening up the chest and shoulders. And if you'd like, you can even take your hands back to each heel to open up further, pressing your hips forward, sending your shoulders back, engaging your glutes, your thighs. You can even drop your neck here if that feels good for you. Opening up the heart space. Continuing to breathe. And then when you're ready, gently walk your hands back up to your lower back. Come to raise back up to a neutral spine. Open up your knees wide. Sit back on your heels and reach your arms forward for another child's pose. Melt your chest towards the ground. Find what feels good for you in this moment of stillness. Stay here for one more cycle of breath. And then gently press up onto your hands and knees and come to take a seat. Sending your legs out in front of you, your knees bent. And from here, extend your hands forward. Engage your core and gently roll back one vertebrae at a time, sending your lower back to the ground, your center, and your shoulders, neck, and head being very last to lower all the way down to the ground. From here, extend both legs up towards the sky. You can even point your toes if you'd like, or just let them hang heavy. Open up your arms wide. This is a really good pose for draining and detoxification. So, as you rest here, focus on that draining sensation, releasing any toxic energy or feelings from the body as you rest here, as if water or ocean waves are being drained from your legs all the way back down into the soil of the earth. Letting the shoulders rest, letting the skin of the face soften, continuing that ocean breath. Then softly bend your knees about to a 90-degree angle and drop your knees to your left side all the way down to the ground. Send your gaze over your right shoulder and see if you can keep your right shoulder planted on the ground. as we find this twist in our center. Kind of giving a nice little massage to our internal organs. Stay here for one more cycle of breath. And then use your core to carry your legs back up straight towards the sky. And then continuing that core connection, bend your knees and send them over to your right side. Dropping both knees towards the ground, opening up the chest, sending your gaze over your left shoulder, dropping that left shoulder towards the earth, letting everything be heavy. Stay here for one more cycle of breath. Then using that core connection one more time to raise your legs back up, straight up towards the sky. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice big hug. Maybe rock a little side to side. Giving yourself some love here. And then tuck your chin in towards your chest to raise your shoulders off the ground, engaging that core, really squeezing everything. See if you can even grab for your feet here. Squeeze, squeeze, engage everything for 3, 2, 1. And then release, extending everything back down towards the ground. Dropping your legs, your hands, letting everything be heavy. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Allow your body to return to its natural breath here, and notice how this rise and fall of your body feels as you breathe. Just like waves of the ocean, coming and going, our breath comes and goes. Things in our life come and go, whether good or bad. If in this moment you feel any thoughts coming and going, allow them to do just that. If a more negative thought enters your mind, or even a thought that you're not quite ready to think about just yet, allow it to take its time, do what it needs to do, and then just pass and leave your mind. Allow it to come and go without judging it or trying to change it. And then returning back to a state of full relaxation. Allowing the body to completely rest here in ultimate stillness. This time here is just for you. Then when you're ready, gently start to wiggle your toes, maybe wiggle your fingers, feeling the tapping sensation on your body. Maybe shake your head a little no and yes. Release your hands and extend your arms all the way up and over, back behind you for a full body stretch. You can even point your toes forward for a pull in opposite directions, feeling that stretch further. And then gently bring your hands back down, your knees forward. Roll onto either side and press up to a seat. Come to a cross-legged position here. Sit up tall, relax your shoulders, and bring your hands to prayer. Close your eyes. Take a moment to express gratitude for yourself and for the fact that you showed up to do something good for you and your body today. I can promise you that your body is thanking you for it. Your mind will thank you for it. Giving yourself these moments each day, whether it's 30 minutes, 10 minutes, even 5 minutes, is going to make a huge impact on your mental state and your physical state throughout the rest of your day. So thank yourself for showing up, doing something for you. Let's take one more deep breath in together, in through the nose, and a cleansing breath out the mouth. And then we gently bow our head into our hands and whisper, Namaste. Thank you for coming to this class today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon on the mat next week. Bye.